Good afternoon and welcome to the Results Center here at Lothal Bay, where we're heading into day 2 of the count process for the Fiji General Elections 2018. And we've just had the opportunity to hear from Supervisor of Elections Mohammed Sanin in what we're told is his last press conference of today, where he tried to address some of the issues that were very confusing. And here with me is DIONISIA, also of the Islands Business Elections team, and we're talking about how some very serious issues are actually quite confusing for very many people in DIONISIA. What are some of the things that you noticed when you came in today? So basically what happened is all through the night, beginning at 6 p.m. yesterday when the polling stations closed, the officials started to do what was really actually the count process. So in every polling station all across the country, people were counting, officials were counting, and then they were calling in the results of their count. And those results, because the information was transmitted by telephone, those results were then provisional. Provisional in the sense is that they weren't final. They hadn't followed all of the complete security protocol to ensure that the data we get is, completely safeguarded,
yes,
like verifiable. So that's what was the provisional results that you got through the night. But they had a deadline, and when you came in, they had stopped.
I think what was explained to me when I requested them to explain was that everything stopped at 7:30 this morning, because by that time some of these results from the polling stations had arrived. So they decided, okay, let's stop all the provisional updating provisional counts and to start entering the data in the
So if you look at our video uploads through the night, you will find some videos where we actually took you into what is the brains part of this entire facility, where the information technology or IT aspect of data entry takes place. And just behind that, in a very large marquee, in what is normally the car park of this particular gymnasium, people were doing the actual counting. So what happens is, when they transmitted its provisional results, but once the ballot boxes have arrived here and the security protocol in terms of the transfer of the data, in terms of ensuring that what was transmitted and what the officials here actually look at, then becomes final count. So once the boxes started to arrive here, the provisional result release process stopped. And then that's when they started to do the final count.
Data entry, that's what they call it. They're just entering the data that was telephoned to them last night, and just putting it into the system, the results management system.
And so I think this morning you would have watched in some of the live streams happening from here when it was what they were calling the flushing of the database system. So they were clearing it all over again and then getting ready for the actual data entry of the ballot boxes when they actually physically arrived. So what's happening now is that what you're getting on your apps is the actual final count. And just to clarify, as per Mohammed Sanin's press conference earlier, they're not physically counting again.
No, the counting was what was done through telephone last night. They told me that when they bring in these papers from the polling venues, as they enter
the ballot boxes.
Okay, during the provisional counting, the results are known, and then it's telephoned to them.
And you're saying they also take...
Yes, they also take a picture of the results of what's there, and they send them the picture just so that there can be two sources or two, so that if these people can't hear the numbers properly or something wrong with the numbers, at least they've got that backup information. Yes.
Okay, so what you're getting
that
now...
That actual thing that they're taking a picture of is what that has arrived this morning here.
I see.
From the polling venues.
Okay.
So that's the thing, that the numbers in those sheets is what they're going to enter.
Is what they're actually entering as data.
Yes, it's not that they're counting again.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Mohammed Sanin he seemed very frustrated this morning this afternoon when he talked about how there's a big confusion out there that there is another count or another count happening. There's only one count, and that took place yesterday. What they're doing now, as DIONISIA explained to us, is a verification process. They're entering the same data which had been telephoned through and photographed and transmitted through video as an image last night. So what you're getting now on your FEO apps is the data from the same system that was used to record the provisional results last night. But now you know that it's been physically entered, cited by everyone here, and the proper security protocols. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, what we've been told to now is that they're going to be no more face-to-face sort of results released that we're used to in the past, or which had been happening through the night. Now they're saying, DIONISIA,
now you can actually check your app in the FEO app, and there's an icon there that says what?
Oh, yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, this app is available on Apple's App Store as well as on Google Play. It's very easy to get, but we did see on our Islands Business Facebook page last night and on just social media in general, people frustrated with the app. The app is really, I have to say, a very good one. Once you download it though, every time there is an update, you'll get a notification as you would any other app on your phone. And when you get that notification, sometimes it requires an update of your app so that all of that information is downloaded there. So the wonderful thing, I think, and wouldn't you agree, DIONISIA, is that now everyone gets the same data all at the same time. Ordinary folks, journalists like us, officials all around the country, anywhere in the world, as Mohammed Salim said, you will get the same information as to who is winning how many seats, wherever it is in the country, on your phone.
Right, and also another thing that was explained to me is that when you go to this final result, 2018 final results icon, and you click it, and what is it there, like it's there by even down to the details of polling venues. So you can actually see in a polling venue how many votes were cast, how many were invalid, and how many were valid votes.
Which is really wonderful, because all through the night people were complaining about, and I think some conspiracy theories are starting to form around the fact that when the provisional results were given, they didn't know that breakdown per polling venue.
So now it's available through that final results by venue. So when you go to actually what was explained was that when you click it, there's actually the very same numbers that are here is the same numbers that are there. So Turanamikor from Sote Village can check this app and see these numbers, and
that is the same thing that he's got in his village.
The poll chart is still there, that he can still see those numbers, and he can tell that the numbers here are right.
Have a look at that. So basically, when you look at it now, you can look at results by candidate and results by party, which is what we were seeing through the night. But you can also now look at results by venue. And when you look at results by venue, you see how many stations there are in that particular venue, because one venue can have multiple stations. You'll see how many votes were actually cast there, how many were valid, and how many were invalid. So is there anything else, DIONISIA, that you think people are confused about that we can clarify for them right now?
No, I think that this counting thing, I think that's where a lot of the confusion is.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you're able to get some clarification on that. This is not a second count or a third count. This is not a recount. This is not in response to any particular party asking for another count. This is the normal procedure as per our Electoral Act. What they're doing is now completing that process and making the physical data entry and properly verify information that had come through the night. So stay with us though, because as we understand it, there are a lot of developments that will come through, and questions that you have, feel free to post it to us on the page. We will try and get some of the officials here to answer them for us. And tell us what you think about this sort of communication where we're sitting down to converse about confusing issues for your benefit. So here at the National Result and Count Center at Lodala Bay, I'm MOVONO
DIONISIA
for Islands Business Magazine.